Balaji, what's the best compliment you've received for your voice?
Well, I've received many compliments again, but I've always listened to this comment from people saying that nobody can sleep peacefully after hearing my voice. Or nobody can sleep peacefully while I'm using my voice as well.
Is it? Looks like you have an impactful voice. But I can see a few people in the audience trying to take a power nap every time you speak.
The last two rows, right? I also made a note of them. I'll make sure that they don't get tea on time.
Don't worry. Instead, let's listen to our star speaker who will guide us in making impactful speeches with her golden voice, shaped by a silver jubilee of experience in the field of voice artistry.
But before that, let me invite our star program manager, Toastmaster Jayashree, to introduce our star speaker, Mrs. Deepa Venkat. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayashree.
Check. Have you ever heard a voice so powerful, so expressive, that even without seeing the person, you could feel that emotion, the drama, the magic? When I reached out to the star speaker for an introduction, she didn't send me a long note. She didn't send me a fancy bites. She sent me a voice note. And within 30 seconds, I understood it. This wasn't just an introduction, but a performance by itself. The star speaker for today is a master of the invisible art, the voice acting. For the past 30 years, she's been breaking life into characters across films, television, radio, and other audio platforms. She's the voice behind various popular actresses, the voice that made Nayanthara powerful, Simran graceful, and Jyotika charming. She made her presence in small screens with memorable performances in Tamil and Telugu TV serials. If you have watched Kolangal, you know what I mean. For 9 years, she lit up airwaves as live radio host on Hello FM. Her awards, the prestigious Kalaimamani Award from the Tamil Nadu state government in 2007. Not just that, the Mylapore Academy Award thrice, the JFW Best Dubbing Artist Award, and she got recognized in the Norway International Film Festival for her active work. She's always behind the voice of many actresses. It's time to welcome the voice behind the stars in front as a star speaker, the one and only Kalaimamani Deepa Venkat.
Hello. Is this audible? Yes, it is. So, in the year 1995, I was playing a supporting role in a television serial titled Premi, which was telecast on Sun TV. And this was directed by one of the most iconic filmmakers of our time, Iyakunar Sigaram Thiru K. Balachandar avargal. Yeah. In his signature style of filmmaking, he always, not always, more often than not, I don't know what that was. He used to have this habit of shooting entire scenes in one single shot. Now, this would involve a lot of camera movement, artist movement, and somebody would enter the frame and move out of the frame. So we had positions and all marked, much like how it is here, so that we favor the camera and the light also falls on us, and we'll have dialogues to speak. So it was a very complexly choreographed sequence of things we had to do in that one single shot. Now, towards the end of the shot, say the scene is like 5 minutes or 6 minutes long, somebody fumbled with their lines. We'd have to do the entire shot from the start. Because apart from all that I just told you, there was a bigger challenge. See this mic I have kept here and attached. In 1995, no other production house would do this, but Balachandar sir used to record everything in live sound. So apart from knowing where I have to stand, what I have to say, and what to do when I don't have any dialogues to react, I also had to deliver my dialogues with clarity and the exact emotion required for that particular scene. Now, I was just a year or two into facing the camera and acting for the camera, and it was very new and a lot to absorb. But I took in everything like a sponge, and it's really helped me all these years. That discipline, that professional approach towards my craft, which he put into me, is what has brought me so far, and I'm so grateful to that man for all that. A very good morning to you all. You know, even after all these years, I have been on so many stages. I have faced the mic for recording my voice countless times. But every single time, there is this combination of excitement and a bit of nervousness. Now, I know I'm talking to a lot of fellow Toastmasters here, and this nervousness is something that most of you may not be having, but trust me, I still feel it. And initially, I thought I'm new to the media, so this will go away in time. But no. And to be very honest, over the last few years, I have begun to embrace it. Because see, this nervousness kind of puts a pressure on you, and under that pressure, I tend to perform well. So it's a good feeling if I'm nervous, right? So today I'm going to be very good. So if I'm not nervous, that puts me off. But this is not my nature, okay? I'm not a person who performs very well under pressure. This is a result of the kind of work I have been doing all these years with reference to voice acting. Now, if I'm an actor and I'm going to star in a film, I would be explained my role. Like, this is your role, these are the things you're going to be doing, these are the scenes you'll have. And now filmmakers have different patterns of working. They share the script and the scene papers well in advance, a few days or weeks in advance. So the actor has a lot of time to prepare what they're going to say, how they're going to walk, how they're going to talk or react, well before they step into the shooting set. So on the day they walk in, they know exactly what they're going to do and be their best. Voice actor அந்த மாதிரி எதுவுமே கிடையாது. When I step into the studio, I'm a fresher. I see the scene and I have very little time because see, studio time is expensive and everybody is on a budget these days. So as quickly as possible, I have to understand the character, internalize the lines and deliver them as though it is coming from within and not like I've just memorized it. It takes time, right? And I don't have as much time as that actor. But I have to do what he has done and deliver the same output. So how does a voice artist do it? How do I breathe life into a character? So before getting into the finer details, I'd like to ask you something. What do you think it takes to be a voice actor? Now many might say, you need a good voice, yeah? What is it? Passion. Oh, that's deep. Patience, yes. Now that's something the producer may not have. Emoting, very good, yes. A basic knowledge of the language. If I Tamil பேசுறேன்னா கொஞ்சம் Tamil knowledge இருக்கணும். Like according to the character, I should be able to give a few suggestions or phrases or words here and there. Empathy. Nice. In my opinion, a voice actor is a person who is able to bend his or her voice in any which way and to deliver any emotion in the snap of a finger. It's not easy. Trust me, a lot of people think that it's very easy, but it's way more complex than you think. See, I like to draw parallels between voice actors and singers. பேசுறது பாடுறது வேற வேற தான். But think of your favorite singer, your most favorite singer. அவங்க எவ்வளோ பாட்டு பாடி இருக்காங்கனாலும் there will be one particular song which is your all-time favorite. When you just turn on the FM and that song's over, you're like, oh my God, I could have turned it on a little before. யாரோடதாவது ringtone, if you listen to that BGM, it just touches some chord in you, right? So it is not important if the singer just hits the right notes. The singer has to blend that particular tune with the emotions that they feel inside and infuse it into the song through their voice so that it has the desired effect on you. A voice actor's job is pretty much the same. It's not enough if I just lip sync the lines. An actor has spoken some lines and given some pauses, given a couple of laughs or cried im, il, ip, im, o, u. It's not enough if I just lip sync. I have to deliver with the emotion. So I'm just going to walk you through my process of working. This may be different for different voice actors. The first thing I do when I walk into a production is I ask a lot of questions. When I was asked to talk here, I battered Vijayalakshmi with so many questions. What is it? What do I have to do and all. So as a voice artist, a director usually of the film or whatever production it is, they give us a brief because they need to extract work from the artist, right? So they tell us, this is a soft-spoken character, or this woman is always very rude with her responses, or rumba bayandanguliyana or a character. They'll give us a brief. And though I may be altogether new to the film, after doing 1, 2, 3 scenes, the character grows on me and I try to get creative. But the trick is in the first 2, 3 scenes. See, now a director has worked with a particular actor throughout the production, the shooting schedule. And they have constantly been interacting with that actor in their natural voice. All of a sudden, a voice actor enters the picture and he has to process this face with this voice. It is a little difficult, no? It is kind of not okay. So nobody immediately okays the voice. After being around in this trade for nearly 30 years, I still go for auditions because it matters. Because my voice is very familiar. The director should be convinced that this voice will suit that actor. So how do we fix a voice? Where a voice illa pesunga? It is a very common response that we get. No, I have only this voice. I can't borrow somebody else's voice, right? So how do I give that variation? The first thing is I have the advantage of being a student of classical Carnatic music. So half an hour of music practice every day makes my voice extremely flexible. I practice singing in different octaves. Like any song, you need not be a student of classical music. உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச பாட்டை நீங்க எடுத்து practice பண்ணலாம். Anything. My comfortable pitch. கொஞ்சம் higher pitch. ஒரு vocal range வந்து expand பண்றதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு vocal range வந்து இது expand பண்ணும். How long you can hold one swara, for instance. Re. I don't want to take too much time. I have only 20 minutes. ஆல பாடுறது உம்ல பாடுறது இது எல்லாமே வந்து சிங்கர்ஸ் பண்ற விஷயங்கள். ஆஸ் அ வாய்ஸ் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் என்னோட ப்ரொஃபஷனுக்கு இது எங்கேயாவது பெனிஃபிட் ஆகும்னு நான் நினைச்சே பார்க்கல. பட் ஐ வாஸ் ஏபிள் டு யூஸ் இட் டு மை அட்வான்டேஜ். Another thing we can do as a practice is to say the same line by stressing different words. For instance, okay, I did not expect you to do that. No, a sentence irukku vechukungla. You can understand, I did not expect you to do that. 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 See, the different impact it creates when you stress different parts of the sentence. Now, coming back to the scene which I have to record. The first time I watch the first scene I have to record, I watch it like any of you, normally. But then, we watch it repeatedly. When we record line by line. So the same line, I'd watch it multiple times. Why do we watch it multiple times? Because see, half my job is already done. The actor has done their homework and they have said it in the correct way the character is supposed to speak. So all I have to do is recreate it. Mind you, it's recreating. A lot of people think that is mimicry, but mimicry is more like poking fun, right? It's not, I can't think of it in any other way. So everybody has a different speech pattern. Everybody has a different breathing pattern. If you notice, some people take a breath and speak in one flow without pausing anywhere. Some people have a measured way of talking. They take pauses in between to stress on certain parts of the sentences or to put emphasis on one particular word. Some people trail off when they talk at the end. I did not expect you to do that. Now, the do that need not be very clearly said, right? Who speaks like that in real life? People, sometimes there are some words you don't hear, but you know what they have spoken. So, ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட ஸ்பீச் பேட்டர்ன், ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட ப்ரீதிங் பேட்டர்ன், அவங்களோட பாடி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் எப்படி இருக்குது, அவங்க ஷார்ட்டாக இருக்காங்களா, டாலாக இருக்காங்களா, உட்காந்து பேசுகிறாங்களா, நின்று பேசுகிறாங்களா, do they play a very arrogant role or a very normal next door kind of girl, a very chirpy, bubbly character like how you see in so many films. According to that, I try to match the voice. And once we try this high octave, low octave, different words, different emphasis, fast speaking, slow speaking, there will be one particular take which fits perfectly for the artist. And that becomes the baseline, and we work on the entire production based on that. And that there is another very interesting part of being a voice actor. My personal favorite is giving the effects. Now, effects are basically sounds which we give when there are no lines spoken. Off the top of your head, you might think they are just laughter or crying. Now, I thought laughter was also, it's just laughter. But trust me, it's one of the most difficult things to record. You have to shed all your inhibitions when you're an actor, no? There is only a glass screen that separates my recording booth and the sound engineer's booth. So I always used to think I must be looking really funny. But I have no inhibition demonstrating before you what different kinds of laughter I was made to learn. Or I ended up learning anyway. Some people laugh with their mouths closed. That's it. அவ்வளோதான். The heroine நல்லா வாய் விட்டு சிரிச்சா எவ்வளோ அழகாக நான் வந்து ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுவேன். வாய் விட்டு that's one general heroine kind of laughter. If somebody cracks a joke, வில்லத்தனமால அப்புறம் now this was pakka television serial villi la. And then there is the ghost laughter. I don't want to demonstrate now at this time of the day. Hey, mic pinch padumpa. This I didn't think I'll do. Anyways, and then there is laughter with crying. You have these eccentric scenes where you have laughter and crying, everything mixed. And can I take it that all of you are above 18? Yes? Yeah. No, because I want to share about one particular experience which was really a game changer for me. And this is not meant to offend anybody. If anyone takes it in that way, I'm sorry, it's not my intention. So I'm being very clear about this. I did a film many years ago. And there was a particular scene in this film which involved marital rape. And though I understood fairly what's happening in the scene, the director wasn't very graphic in the manner it was shot. Like today you have everything shown, right? You have these 18 plus adult films where everything intimate is shown, but this director was very careful about the making of this particular scene. Husband and wife, the wife doesn't like the husband one bit. So one night after a couple of drinks, he goes close to her and she realizes his intentions. She backs off. That kind of irks him, and then he goes closer. And she kind of pushes him. That angers him, and then he takes her by force. There were only few shots showing this. After that, there were just shots of the room and then the tight close-up of the actress. So just chin to forehead and then her eyes. And usually, okay, when we have these, when I was talking about effects, chuma tadiki virinda, abdinta, if you're pulling something, or you're like pulling or pushing, getting slapped, getting hit, getting hurt, all these things. So these are all effects. But when there are fight scenes, we have some filler words which we throw in now and then. Like vittidunga, no, vana, sonna kelinga, ayyo, yaravadu kaapatungale, venanga, no, please, something. You can just throw in these words because the lip sync won't be very obvious in these kind of scenes. So here I tried to do that, but then the director had only one brief. She said, look, I do not want any words. I need only effects. I know I have not shown much, because when I see a kick, I can give the effect of a kick, but I'm not seeing anything on screen, just the close-up. I only need effects in this scene. I don't want a single word in this scene. But the voice has to communicate the torment the girl is undergoing. In the inhibition, this all went out the window. I became extremely conscious, shy, and I could not get out any sound because I know what's happening there and know what is expected of me, but I was not able to express myself. So she understood, and she very thoughtfully decided to leave the studio. She said, I'm going out with my team of assistants. I'm going to leave you with the sound engineer because he has to record your voice. So you finish the scene, you take your time, but I have to finish this recording today. This is my last day at the studio. She left. And the sound engineer told me to just switch off all the lights in my booth, sit down, I'm going to play the scene on loop, you please watch it. And try to picture what is happening. Try to imagine the sequence of events, because the other actor had not yet done their recording. So whatever sound, if I'm going to kick him, he has to give the effect of getting kicked. If I'm going to react like I'm getting slapped, then he's got to give the effect of slapping me. So I am giving the blueprint for him. So I sat down, I processed it, and I am an actor. I cannot fake anything in the studio. So if I have to cry, I take my time and I cry. If I have to laugh, I really laugh. So as I watched it on loop, the scene kept growing on me, and I formed the sequence of events, getting slapped, trying to run, being pulled back, being pinned down, trying to fight, and then finally, no choice but to endure the horror that she's going through. And then she bursts into tears. So I'm doing it, my hands started sweating and started getting tight in the head, and I'm ready to burst, and we went on rehearsal after rehearsal after rehearsal. I was ready to take. I said, fine, let's record it. You know what the engineer said? Relax. I have recorded all your rehearsals. It's incredible that when you use the word rehearsal, an actor or a performer or a speaker for that matter, they are not afraid to fail. It's okay because it's only a rehearsal, right? You won't make this mistake during the recording or the original. So when I was rehearsing, I was all over the place, just out there reacting. And the output was, believe me, so good. The director just hugged me and she said, I could just feel the pain in your voice. I just wanted to share this particular experience with you all to prove a point. Even if the actor is not seen on the screen, even if you don't know what is happening on scene, with the voice and only with sounds, an entire story can be narrated to the audience and have the desired impact. That is the contribution of a voice actor in any film. There was a point in Tamil cinema when the names of voice actors were not credited. Pinnani Kural Kudukkum Kalaimamani, there was never a card in the end credits, leave alone the opening credits. But today voice actors are being talked about, our work is being appreciated, recognized, and sometimes voice actors get center stage in prestigious events like Discover 2025. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much. District 120 Toastmasters International, you've all been so supportive. A huge thanks to Ms. Vijay Lakshmi, to Mr. Mohana Krishnan, and to Mr. Lakshmi Narayana, the entire team. You've all been so supportive, and I can't say what a special memory you've made for me today. And for you all for being such a wonderful audience. This really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I think your incredible, magical voice has reminded us that true expression goes beyond words, and it was really magical. Thanks for that magical session.
Thank you.
Let's give a big round of applause once again. And in order to recognize our star speaker, I invite our district trios, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohan, Distinguished Toastmaster Partha, DTM Ashwati Rajan, and our conference chair, Toastmaster Abdul, onto the stage along with our district finance manager, DTM Vijay Lakshmi.
Hi. Was it? Thank you. Thank you. That's so nice to know.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you.